All right, my beloved Americans, my beloved watchers of my videos. Here's another quick one. Let me be the guy that lobbies for those uncomfortable centrist topics. Because I'm neither of those things. I'm not left, I'm not right. I don't really have I got a horse in the race because I'm an American, right? But you guys never talk about stuff I want to talk about. Or lobby for things that I'm concerned about. Or have the process for people to politically engage in a beneficial manner. Ergo, the opinions and the thoughts don't play into the political process. Let me lobby for the things that don't align with left and right politics. The stuff like the 22nd Amendment adjustment. Hear me out. Let's adjust the 22nd Amendment to no more than 2 consecutive terms so that someone who had a break in between presidencies can get reelected. I'd also like to adjust that any former president remains eligible for reelection even if they've had 2 terms after a certain period of time, provided they can pass cognition tests, because they're the most qualified people to run the country. They already ran it before, right? If they did it successfully, without any major issues, they should remain eligible. Just a couple of thoughts. I also fundamentally want to lobby, pay me to lobby for you, because the Judeo-Christian God, the only reason why the Jews are interested in us, because we're running around pretending that we're using their God, their God, the Bible God. Let's give it back to them. Let's give them a reason to stay where they're at, right? Because we love them. They just need to manage where they're at a little better before we should take any opinions from them, right? So, being that it is me, because we like them, right? We just want them to get better at being themselves before they start geopolitically stirring the pot with stuff that they've never tested or sandboxed to know it'd be good changes. So we need to send them back to them. The best way to do that, guys, is to make more taxpayers. Make the NGOs pay taxes. Remove their tax-exempt status. Remove their agency opacity. In other words, they have to claim they're state actors from another state, they're agents, and that they're working for a religion or a religious industry or a business that's headed by a religious industry. You know, they have to completely express their propaganda propagation onto lobbying. I really only want Americans lobbying for American topics. You hear me out? I want more taxpayers. I want those guys paying tax. If they're going to lobby for topics that only help their business with uphill and downhill policy concepts, they should pay for it. Hand and foot. No more tax exemptness. No more weird watershed for this and that. Everything's more transparent, is what I'm saying. Let's lobby for that. Let's lobby to get propaganda out of the public hearing space. And we can do it multiple ways. We don't just play with the freedom of speech. What we do is make them express that that's who they are and their intentions, right? Make it nowhere for them to hide. And let's promote Jupiter. If we get away from that Judeo-Christian God, then the Ish people can't come over here, you know? My family members can't come over here and oppress you because you're fucking with their God. You kick their God out and go for Jupiter. They have to mind their own business, and they become subservient spirits. Just as a thought. Have a great rest of your day.